Hello and welcome to this video where we come into strings. So we're working with text now. So we've come into strings and this is really interesting, and you will see some different features of using strings and the different string methods. So here I am in Visual Studio Code, and as you can see, it's an empty folder. It's not a repository, but you should definitely work in a repository that you can commit and push to GitHub. So here, let's start with creating a virtual environment, and if you already have it, don't create it because it will overwrite it if you do. I do uvvenv, and then source.ven bin activate, and as for Windows, it's scripts with big S or capital S. And then I do touch, let's see, strings.ipnb, and uv pip install ipykernel to work with Jupyter Notebook, and now I'm done with my terminal. So I open the string and open python.ven. Okay, and now I create here strings and change this to Python. Now I'm ready. So let's do first name equals Coction. Let's see, last name equals Young. And then we can have full name equals first name, last name. Okay, this is crazy. You might think, how can you add strings? What will happen then? Addition is for numbers. No, not just for numbers. We can add strings as well. And what that happens is that we concatenate it. Okay, so concatenate it looked like that. It doesn't look so good. So let's give it a space in between and then add again. Okay, and now it looks better. Okay, so concatenating it using a plus operator, and why does that work? You'll know more when we come into polymorphism in OOP and in something called operator overloading. That's why this works here with addition. Okay, what can I do more? I can do, for example, a multi-line string, but let's create a few variables first, so I don't need to type that out, just copy it. And then I will do like this, contact details equals to f-string, multi-line string. And we can do like this, name, colon, full name. Let's see, work, colon, work, and address, colon, let's see, colon, address, and then we have phone, colon, phone. Okay, run this one, and we have contact details here, and it looks like this. Okay, so this is the representation of the text, which you can see \n, name, and then we have \n for work, and \n is basically, it means new line. So if you want to make it into looking clearly, so you looking nice, you do print. So basically print contact details, and you get it looking nicely. And so this is the repr, right? The representation of this object, which they represent it like this, and when you do print, all the \n becomes new lines. That's why it looks like this when you print it. Okay. So what more we saw that we could concatenate, and we can concatenate with loop. Okay, so we can do like this. Food equals to, or menu equals to, I will give some food here. Chili con carne, noodles, poke bowl, pancakes, taco. Okay. And then we have days, we have Monday, we have Tuesday, we have Wednesday, Thursday, and we have Friday. Okay, and then we have, I will do 4. So we can concatenate a string using a loop. That is the idea. So for day, comma, food in zip. You've seen the zip function before. days, comma, menu. And then we have here, let's see, I will do like this, food weekly menu equals to an empty string. And we can add things to this weekly menu. That's the idea. Weekly menu plus equals a string day, colon, food. And then we do \n after each. And then if I print my weekly menu, it looks like this. Cool. What can we do more? We could do colon, let's see, 10 maybe. Actually not. Like this. Yeah, it's better. So we can also add a text here in beginning called weekly menu. And then we should add \n as well. Okay, perfect. Looks like this. Okay, so here you can concatenate your string with a loop. That is a quite cool thing to do. And now we'll go into something called indexing. So I will create a quote here and just copy that one. Not false. It's funny because it's true. That is true. Okay, so quote. So not false, it's funny because it's true. Let's do something with this quote. Say we take 0, we get here the first one. We get quotes of -1, we get E, we get the last letter here, and we can also slice it. So quote colon 6, for example, and then we get not false, right? And if you want to go backwards, that's also possible. So what you do is quote colon -1. Okay, yes, this is unreadable, but with this you can easily like check if something is a palindrome or not, if it's same forward and backwards. For example, you could do Anna equals to, let's see, we call this string to check plus Anna, and then a string to check colon -1, and then you see it's Anna backwards as well. So then you could do like this, string to check, and then you can see that it's true because it's the same forward and backwards. Then it's a palindrome. And for example, if I do this, it becomes false because we have a big capital A, and we have then we get the capital A in the reverse. But you should be able to make it into true if you use the method lowercase lower. So that is good to know. So let's continue here into splitting and cleaning a string. So in many times you get the text that looks really weird, or sometimes you need to clean it somehow. And for that, I've taken some help from my dear friend LLM and generated this truly ugly string called subjects that looks like this. So we need to clean it. And in order to clean it, you can see that we have a capital letter here, and sometimes we have lowercase, and here we have mixed, etc. So this is a total mess. So we can clean it by doing this. Subjects equals to subjects dot split. And we want to split it on comma. So what happens then? Then subjects becomes a list, as you can see. And it has become a list where each of the commas, so this comma means that the next element is this biology, and here next element is chemistry, with a lot of spaces, etc. Okay, so let's continue cleaning this. We need to loop this, and we can do that with list comprehension. So we have a list here, subject dot strip. Our subject for subject in subjects. Okay, so here we get all the subjects, and then for each of the subject we can strip it. Strip, and if we don't specify, it will do left and right strip. So here you can see all the spaces before and after disappear. And then we can continue here to make it into lower, for example. If you want to have the first letter capital, you can do that. There's capitalize. Or if you want to have it upper, that's also fine. Let's do it upper. And then we could have subjects like this. And then if you want to calculate the letters in this list, that's also doable. So for subject in subjects, and what do? We can do print f-string subject as length subject characters. Let's see. Where did I miss? Perhaps a comma? Let's see. F-string subject has length subject. Print. Let me debug this. Okay. Oh, this was really hard to see. This is actually a parenthesis. Or it wasn't a parenthesis, it was a curly brace. So it must be parenthesis. Now, math has 4 characters, biology has 7 characters, etc. Okay, let's see, what else can we do? We can do regular expression. And let's see, regex. So regex is a way to pattern match. So we want to match different types of strings. So for example, we have import read, and I will just add a text here. This is in Swedish, but it doesn't matter for you. Det var en gång en katt som tog på sig en hatt. So I want to match this at. Everything that have ATT, I want to match it. So to do that, I will do match underscore list equals read.find all. And I do a raw string, and then I add in dot, which will match all the characters, and then ATT. So I want to have this pattern. And then I want to place in the text. And then we see match list. It looks like this. Yes, it matched to cat and hat, right? By using this one, you can match to different things. And I'll just show you from documentation here. Python regex, and there is here a lot of characters that you can use for different types of matching. For example, you can use this for matching digits, etc. So this is what you need to look up when you do pattern matching. And here there's special sequences, so you can look into this and also take the help of LLM, because no one will know regex by heart. You cannot match everything. But I always look up whenever I need to match something. Okay. Yes, you can use this for matching digits, for example. I'll give you some examples here. Here are some personal numbers, and we can match those with, for example, I'll match long read.find all. R, and then I'll match the digits, and I want to match 8 of those digits. Dash \D, I want to match 4 digits. Comma personal numbers, match long. Looks like this. Then I matched this one and this one, because it has 8 characters here, or 8 digits, and then it had 4 digits, so it didn't match Ada, right? So that is what we wanted. So if I copy this one, I'll match worked. So this one will match everything that fulfills this. So even if you have 8 digits, it will fulfill it, because we have 4 digits afterwards. So here you can see it matches all of them, but it matches the 6 digits, so it doesn't match, it doesn't take this 19 here, right? And that is the idea, that you only get this pattern that is 6 dash and then 4 digits. Yes, so this was some very simple pattern matching using regular expression. So in this lecture, you've seen me working with strings, and we've started with some string concatenation. We've gone through multi-line strings with multi-line F strings. We have looped through strings and concatenated and built longer strings. We have done reversing of strings. We have used indexing and what's called slicing, followed by some splitting and cleaning strings. So that is important when you will work with data. You need to clean the data. You need to clean the strings and make it into the way that you want it to look like. And finally, we've gone into some regex for some pattern matching to find more specialized cases of strings. So this is really useful for when you go on in your data analysis journey or your data processing journey, data science, data engineering journey, etc. Strings are really good to have a good grip on. And note that this lecture is only covering the fundamentals, so you should definitely learn more, and see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.